Okay, let's get start our session. Welcome to enabling and managing Microsoft 365 training program. Thank you for joining all of you for today's session at 11 a.m. We got little delayed, okay, that 5 minutes. Thought of okay, maybe you people can join to the some more people. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, don't wait much time. And this course name is enabling and managing Microsoft or Office 365. So you people heard about Office 365 okay, quite some time, and anybody okay not heard about Office 365 in our team? Okay, those who are attended, put it in the chat window. Anybody not heard about Office 365? Anyone? No, right? Okay, so very good. Okay, so everybody know Office 365. So how many people heard about Microsoft 365? Anyone not heard about Microsoft 365? Okay, no one. Very good. So good. Okay, so everybody knows that Office 365 and Microsoft 365. Acha, okay. But you heard about that? What is Microsoft 365? And otherwise, okay, you have a good knowledge on Office tools and Windows Server knowledge. So that's another prerequisite for this. Okay, I hope okay, people, everybody has the Windows Server okay, management, Windows Server administration management, user management, some idea at least. How do you manage it and how to use it and all those things. Yeah. So so don't worry. Okay, try to I give you good insights on that particular course. And as I said, it is basically very good foundation for you people. Okay, so I'll give you what is the technologies and the cloud technologies, and as well as the server knowledge, users and the groups, the deployments. Quite number of topics will be covered in this particular course as a foundation base. And because of the foundation base, okay, you will not build okay, so many things. So once okay, the foundation is laid out, okay, we are continuously have some more things on that. So let me understand okay, what is okay, Microsoft okay, talking about in Microsoft 365. And hope okay, people can hear me, and everyone can see my screen. Everyone can see my screen and hear me. Okay. So if you go to hope okay, if you know okay, if it is no issues, then okay, I feel you people hear me and you can see my screen. And if you go to www.microsoft.com, okay, so their home page, okay, their home page after Microsoft, okay, first okay, the things Microsoft is concentrating on. If you go to anyone, okay, the first you can go to the home page, they can see okay, Microsoft 365 there, and next you can see Office, and then see Windows, and then Surface and Xbox and support. So they are not talking about Microsoft Azure here. Okay, they are not talking about much on the other okay, products like Microsoft has so many product cycles like development tools and everything. But in the main homepage of Microsoft.com, you see Microsoft 365 is a very the main priority for them. Okay, today the business environment. Okay, this is the one. Okay, they are getting good money on this particular one. And if you click on okay, Microsoft 365, why advantage of Microsoft 365? So Microsoft 365 is a okay, resiliency, strengthen your resiliency and thrive into face of change of okay, empowering okay, remote teamwork as well. So one of the Microsoft 365, one of the best feature is basically collaboration tool. At the same time, okay, today's situation, okay, everybody can do remote work and those kind of things. The Microsoft is catering from home businesses and home businesses and students, and also it is small businesses like a business environment, and for enterprises and large companies as big as okay, no limited, okay, unlimited kind of environment. Enterprise means unlimited. Okay, one users to unlimited user. That's called basically enterprises. And again for educations, and which is not mentioned here, it is for even government organization, and separately okay, there is offering from okay, government organization, and they are offering for basically non okay, NGOs kind of things, non-profitable organizations, okay, those kind of people, and especially okay, the countries like China and Germany, the separate offering from Microsoft 365 there. So hope okay, you people uh, clear about okay, what is Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 is the one okay, the productivity tool. Here is the one okay, talking about the what is Microsoft 365. It is a productivity cloud across work and life. So it is totally helpful for you to work, and as well as okay, today the word, another word we normally call it as work-life balance. How do we achieve this? So Microsoft is a very good tool called basically workplace analytics. So using the analytics, how much time you are spending it in our work area, and how much time you are spending your personal okay, things as well, okay, in the your life. Okay, so you should be good balancing between okay both. So you can plan your schedule, okay, your things. Okay, thereby that workplace analytics definitely helpful for you. So this is the okay, typical introduction to Microsoft 365. The next one, okay, I want to talk about before I go to okay, next slide, and what kind of opportunities okay, we have in the world today in Microsoft 365 scenario. Okay, so we quickly go through that, and we quickly go to okay, Google, and then say search for Office 365, and still okay, the name is Office 365. As I mentioned, Office 365, Microsoft 365 things. I'll come back again, and admin jobs. So click on that. And if you look at the okay, couple of companies, jobs related to Office 365 administrator, lead administrator, Microsoft systems, and senior manager, Office 365 security. And again, we look at okay, Naukri.com. Okay, we have a couple of okay, number of jobs are available in Naukri.com on Office 365 admin, future focus infotech, hiring, MNC Office 365 admin support for C2H position, and so the other kind of companies. Okay, so opening for Office 365 admin, all those stuff. And typically look into okay, what kind of okay, roles and responsibilities for Office 365 administrator. So click on one of the things which you can see here, and understand okay what are you people doing it. Okay, we'll be doing it okay, password reset in the including Active Directory and okay, LDAP CP. And again, okay, you talk about desktop applications, and you will be installing software, install, uninstall. Okay, we talk about deployment, Microsoft 365 tools, how do we do that? And mail services, Exchange is nothing but a mail service, right? And Office 365 setup to start to finish. Okay, so how do we start Office 365? And that is Microsoft 365, and then how do you manage them? Okay, and then okay, we talk about Office suite, nothing but Microsoft 365 like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all those things. How do we deploy it? Okay, so two people can use without internet as well. Then how do we deploy them? How do we need to activate okay those solutions as well? And then okay, where you store your files? Okay, you will be storing your files in OneDrive. So because okay, then okay, how do we okay, store your data in OneDrive and SharePoint services? Actually, not mentioned here. So we'll be typically storing the documents in SharePoint services majorly, and then OneDrive. And how do you manage okay, OneDrive, and how do you okay, configure other things there? If you talk about okay, so many things are there. And if you look at like a lead administrator Microsoft system, so maybe you can see some more things like the Microsoft system admin supports infrastructure and a group in servicing, troubleshooting, and Azure and Microsoft Office 365 environment, and Microsoft core services, and those kind of things as well. So I recommend you people to go to Google website and search for what is the career opportunities and what is the other things are available for basically you need to build your career in Microsoft 365, because I am recommending okay, nowadays okay, after Windows technologies, the Microsoft technologies and Windows Server, Active Directory. The next one will be Microsoft 365 services, and then messaging services and security services. This is to be your path forward to build your career in this particular space in IT environment. And you know that okay, without IT, no company, no organization without IT is not there. But again, okay, why Microsoft 365? So any company, it could be a small, medium, okay, enterprise, they'll be using okay these productivity tools. Without productive tools, no organization can have it. Maybe they not have a web services, okay, they may not be using Azure services, they may not be using other services, but Microsoft 365 services essentials today for their businesses. Okay, so they need to okay talk to with the people, customers, communicate with them, work for remotely connected, and connect to the customers and all those things. The Microsoft 365 is the one which is catering all these area there. So I hope okay you people watched recently okay, the Satya Nadella okay, that Microsoft Ignite okay, meeting 1 hour video. It is 53 plus minute video. Hope you people, some of you watched that video. Okay, if not okay, go for Google it, search for Satya Nadella okay, Microsoft Ignite launch speech. So look at that speech. Microsoft is where okay, it will be okay, positioning that. Okay, what kind of okay, tools they are investing it, what kind of technologies okay, they are okay, basically looking at. Okay, those kind of things. The main focus will be Microsoft 365, Azure services, and as well as the collaboration services. Okay, those areas and security and compliances. Okay, these are areas Microsoft is focusing on that. And if people have any questions now, okay, at this stage, okay, am I going to too fast or too slow? Anything? If people have any questions right now, is it clear? Okay, good. Okay, and how many people heard about Microsoft certification? Yes, sir. I'm in the coming that. Anybody has any ideas and certifications there? Okay, okay, no problem. So Microsoft is announced some of the few changes there. Last 1 year, last 2 years, I can say Microsoft doing a lot of okay, changes in their certificate. So many okay, application side also they did a lot of changes. Okay, more in towards all the applications and towards hybrid cloud scenario. And all the solutions also hybrid cloud scenario they are basically moving into. At the same time, okay, they are okay, the products and solutions towards like a hybrid cloud kind of scenario. Because of that they want to even okay, their certification sites as well. So now okay, they're no longer okay supporting these examinations. Basically there's no more examinations now on this particular space. Okay, no MCSA, MCSD and MCSA certifications all are retired on okay, most of them are okay, okay almost like 80% of retired on June 30, 2020. And in that case, okay, what is the path forward for us? So path forward is basically okay, role-based administration, okay, certification, role-based certification, role-based certification examination for you. So the certification also role-based. And how the okay the those okay will be called it as they call it as Microsoft 360 like a fundamentals. Actually, I normally say that it should be like a foundation, but like this. Okay, we have a fundamentals and as well as associate level, administrator associate, and then administrator expert. Okay, enterprise administrator expert. The three okay the way, levels. The Microsoft redesigned the certification over there. And this is the okay the in case of Microsoft 365 space, and we need to start with the fundamentals. That is okay. It is not mandatory, but it is optional, and it will be okay. You'll get awarded a certificate, and as well as you'll be getting the cap with one of the star over there. There's a logo. The even the design redesign the logos also in terms of the certification over there. So once you complete this, as I said, is optional, but I recommend all of you go there because is examination fees also less actually $90 and wherein okay this one 168 plus US dollars, but the countries like India and some other countries Microsoft has a discounted prices, so you don't need to spend 168 US dollars. You can spend appropriately around 78 80 US dollars. Okay, 50% discount is given to us here, so you can go for okay these exams over there. So the step is really like fundamentals and as well as that associate level of administrator associate and enterprise administrator expert. These are the levels we'll be talking about these examinations. So in order to become associate level, we have a couple of different exams are there, and those exams are typically you can see like okay, desktop administrator associate and teamwork administrator associate, and as well as okay, security administrator associate, messaging administrator associate, and as well as productivity. This is the one is basically retained for some more time. The next July 2021 this is going to be go away. Okay, this will be go away. It will not be there again. Okay, so Teams administrator. So in order to go to you want to become okay, your goal should be to become like enterprise administrator expert. In that case, okay, you should be associate first. Okay, so associate level we need to concentrate. Our program will be covering the training program. One of the questions Ranjit is asking. It's not available. Okay, it is gone. Okay, you cannot give the exam, but your certification is valid. Okay, your certification is still valid after next year. Then after that, it will become going to inactive state. Okay, and even done till that, don't concentrate on that. Now you focus on this area. Okay, Microsoft 365 area, you can focus it on that. So I recommend for you people, all of you, okay, start with this is the course of Microsoft 365. Talk about, okay, you can go for straight away this exam, the fundamental exam, and basically what happened associate level, the Microsoft made it is a not a whole Microsoft 365 whole. It is not talking about exams. The exams are talking about, okay, the uh, role specific areas, like you would be like a desktop administrator, or could be like a teamwork administrator, otherwise security administrator, or otherwise messaging administrator, like that. So since, okay, our certification will be on associate level, the level of role specific, okay, like messaging or okay, desktop or security, teamwork, okay, those kind of role. So without, okay, you don't have a total foundation of this particular, okay, Microsoft 365, you will not be able to follow, okay, these things there. Okay, so that is the reason, okay, I designed, okay, these courses. Okay, you start with this foundation course what you are attending today, the demo, and then you go for, okay, one of these things over there. So this is covered fully, and this is around, okay, 20% will be covered. One of the any exam you go, okay, it will be covered 20 plus over there in this particular exam. But again, we need to go to respective training program to go for associate level there. So we have if you go to Zoom website, and we have a couple of, okay, certifications are there. Let me quickly show you, okay, those. So if you go to www.zoomgroup.com, and you see the programs that are offered here right now. Okay, we have Microsoft 365, Office 365. There's the one we are doing right now, and we also have, like, mobility and security. Okay, that is the one. Okay, we already completed yesterday one of the training program we given this, and this is the one, okay, basically covering today evening. Also, we have a session on this, okay, 8 p.m. This is a program also launching today, and the fundamental levels, okay, totally covered. Associate level, like a 20% will be covered. Okay, part of, okay, associate level, and fundamental is fully covered. Okay. So if you look at this, okay, the programs, if you go to online training here, okay, we have, and we can see, okay, Microsoft 365 over there, and again we can Microsoft Office 365, and there is some like a planning and configuring messaging platform. Okay, that is now, okay, basically changing into managing messaging Microsoft 365, and we have one more program called Identity and Services Training Program, like that. So we have a couple of programs. Okay, maybe you can keep watching our websites, and you can get more insights on Microsoft 365 related course over there. Okay, so now, okay, before I go to what is Microsoft 365, what is it covering in our course, and we'll go to what about a little bit about myself. Okay, I'm Narayana Bandaru. I am having around 20 plus years IT industry experience, worked with various companies in India and as well as overseas. And I have worked at a company where, okay, we have our Active Directory services. We'll have 300,000 plus users and spread across the world. And we have a three forest, okay, like no EME and the USA, Americas, and EME, and as well as Asia Pacific. And there's a large as, okay, big. And I was in a data center administrations as well as application tools administrator, and multiple roles I was there. And that before that, I was within Hyderabad. There I was in company where around 11 plus years, and traveled across the Asia and as well as America, and I missed out Europe. And I was before that I was in India. I worked for a couple of companies that are giving solutions on the companies, as well as I was in training environment as well. I trained way back the people in NT 3.51 and 4.0, and Sun Solaris, Linux, and all those areas. I given a training to them. So that's the reason I come back, and again I want to give the training. I was a consultant to basically Zoom Group. I'm giving the training more on like Microsoft 365 technologies, and also we do outside the consulting to the people, companies regarding their Microsoft 365 solutions and Azure solutions, and as well as some of the cloud solutions I'll be giving the solution to the companies over there. So tied up with the company. So that's about okay, my brief profile to me. And as I said, okay, maybe I skipped out. Okay, I got a couple of certifications. Okay, way back, the NT 3.5 and 4.0 dozen plus certifications on that. And again, come back again. I'll have a latest technologies, NITIL and Six Sigma Green Belt holder as well in terms of certification. So coming to our subject and our course objective will be what is this course we are going to focusing on. Okay, our focus will be for the IT professionals like you and me, and we will basically working on Microsoft 360 technologies, to understand what is Microsoft 365 technologies, and as well as okay planning and deploying Microsoft 365 services for that. So to do this, okay, we need to understand some of the cloud concepts. Okay, we'll be working on that. And the fundamental exam is talking about okay that the cloud technologies, what it is, and our all these technologies things. And then is also talking about okay, the core services which are running Microsoft 365. As I said, okay, Office 365. Okay, now Microsoft 365. Okay, so Microsoft basically rebranded Office 365 name with Microsoft 365. However, and people still okay, talk about Microsoft Office 365 as well. So if you look at okay, any things, will be Microsoft 365 name. So, but okay, let's look at okay, what is Microsoft 365 look like. Let me go to quickly. Uh, so say www dot okay office.com. Okay, there's a portal and sign in with your login name and password. So I say uh, M365 administrator. I'm an administrator role, and then our tenant account we call it as here Zoom M365 dot on micro okay soft.com. So if you click on that, so we need to provide the password. So actually, maybe some of your companies, so you are already using Microsoft 365. Hope you people are customized your company branding and everything. But I basically added okay, my company branding and my company name here, and my background of this one slightly different. Okay, so I customized it to this environment, my previous training program, and that's the reason okay, this is coming. Otherwise, you people may use your own company branding. Otherwise, like a general office okay, environment over there. So how it look like? Okay, suppose if you show me like www.office.com, and you can see okay, like this. Okay, basically the menu is coming straight forward, but you won't be seeing the brand name, other things over there. So let me okay, this is a brand name I created in the background, the company names, customization, and everything. Uh, let me show you that actually how it looks like. Let me sign out here. Okay, something browser which has some minor issue. Then okay, let me okay quickly show you okay the Microsoft 365 www.office.com. So you can sign in okay with other user like CB admin at the rate and CBM 2020. Just a minute. 20 dot on micro okay soft.com. And then if you click on that, okay, you can see there's no okay branding names and everything. There's no company branding. Okay, no background here, nothing. Okay, so that's how it will be. Actually, I did that okay company branding over there. That's the reason I can see that. Now I provide my password and sign in. So you want me to continue use it? Yes, I can do that. And if you look at my company applications, so we have a couple of applications over here. Microsoft 365 consists of Outlook, OneDrive, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, SharePoint, Teams, Bookings, Yammer, and all those things. And also we have a couple of okay, click on all apps, and you have the light of other applications like Forms and Analytics and Planner, Power Apps, Power Automate, and Stream Security and Video separately, video, and all those things. Couple of applications there. So all these, okay, is not a single application like Office or like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. It's a bundle of applications and also bundle of services as a core services, as I mentioned. If you look at the core services Microsoft has for us, for that we need to go to Admin Center. And if you go to Admin Center, and you can see, okay, what our focus is not in this particular application. Our focus will be on this. Okay, you as an administrator, how do you basically manage, okay, these things, and as well as, okay, go to user management, and we talk about, okay, those are some of the things. As I said, okay, I want to have a services, and you can see, like, security services and endpoint manager services, active directory services, exchange services, SharePoint services, team services, like that. We have a services are available. So that's what, okay, Microsoft talking about overview of Microsoft 365 core services and concepts. Okay, that will be covered. What is those core, okay, basically services? What is the, okay, Azure Active Directory services? What is endpoint services? What is Exchange Online services? What is SharePoint services? Okay, that's where, okay, we'll be learning, okay, on that particular course. You might be, okay, working on Microsoft 365 environment or Office 365 environment, but you'll be like, role specific. You are doing a part of this, or maybe you're like, end user. So you need to understand, okay, these more in bit. So this course is right for you, okay, to understand these courses. And again, okay, when I talk about these courses and everything, and how you basically start with this particular, okay, services, Microsoft 365 services. Okay, the Microsoft is giving, okay, these services where basically the subscription plans. We'll try to understand basically subscription plans and a tenant. The word basically use like a tenant here. We try to understand like a tenant, and tenant will get, like, a subscribing it. As a subscriber, okay, we'll be getting, okay, licenses. So we'll be understanding, okay, this concept, what is a tenant, what is the subscriptions, what is the licenses, and then what is the different pricing of these licenses cost there. So which one is, okay, good for your organization, and what type of organization, it is a government organization or educational organization or, okay, business organization. Then how many users are there in one organization, what kind of business you are doing it. So those are the things, okay, we'll be concentrate on that. And again, what kind of support options Microsoft is giving to using Microsoft 365 services over there. That's what, okay, will be covered on this particular course. So in that course, okay, I not added here. Okay, in the course we also learning about user management. Okay, how do you manage? Okay, your one of the core services is basically your users management, group management, and those kind of things. And in that course, okay, again, I'll talk about, okay, modules. Okay, we're going to cover in that particular course. I'll be talking about, like, what is this there. And again, we're talking about the security and compliances, privacy and trust options. How Microsoft is doing it right now. And Microsoft, okay, if you look at, as I said, I asked you to people to watch that video by Satya and Adandla. So you can, like, last five, okay, around 7 minutes. The last 7 minutes he is talking about only on this. Okay, the 7 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes is talking about only on, like, security and compliances, privacy, those things. Microsoft, how they're spending time and money and effort, okay, they're putting it to cater in this particular area over there. And then, okay, we learning about how to monitor and troubleshoot Microsoft 365, okay, services. So this will be covering the total of, okay, fundamentals, okay, exams, and as well as the other service exams like, messaging administrator, or, okay, you want to go to any other associate level exams. 20% of it will be covered over there. Okay, that's about this training program. So any questions on this right now? So okay, then I'll be walk through what is actually in little more detailed on what is this course and what are the modules, how many modules we have, and how do we, okay, basically our approach, okay, related things. Okay, this course duration will be, okay, 2 weeks program, and daily 1.5 hours to, okay, 2 hours training program. And we have, okay, basically provide you all the training, okay, material which is, okay, to cover about, okay, what is this and everything. So we'll provide this material to you people, okay, those who are registered. Okay, number one. And number two, you'll be, okay, the videos, okay, every day, okay, the sessions will be recorded. All the sessions will be recorded. The record sessions will be send it to you, share it through your Google Drive. Our Zoom admin will share it to you. I recommend the people to download and keep it for our references, all those things there. So we have a training material, okay, will be provided, okay, for the through given to you, and videos, and as well as, okay, these files to you. and you basically guiding that the training for you. How do you practice it? The things also I'll be covering it. So how do we basically practice ourselves? Okay, this particular course in our own phase and learning more in further details on this particular course. The assistance will be given to you people to how to go about it. This particular whatever I'm covering. So those things, okay, you can also practice it. So and I'll guide you. Okay, how do you do that? How do you start? Okay, where you start, all those stuff. And one of the okay, three practicals. Okay, you want it. Definitely, we need to have a laptops, and laptops or desktops is required. At least 8 GB RAM, and thereby, okay, you people can create a virtual machines VMs, and you can practice it. Active Directory connect, Azure Active Directory connect, and Microsoft 365 application deployments. And okay, there's another okay, two things. Okay, we'll be learn using okay this one, and we may require one of the domain things. We need to purchase it. Thereby, you can practice even at the domain configuration as well. Those are the things. Okay, some of the things we need to prepare for it in this particular course. So as I said, okay, this course is basically divided into 12 modules. And starting from today, okay, the module number 1, okay, we'll be covering. Okay, the module number 1, we talk about what is the principles of cloud computing and what is the Microsoft 365, Microsoft Cloud Services, and then okay, what is Microsoft 365, and you learn about okay, once what is Microsoft 365, then you will be learning like a plans, subscriptions, and okay, the services offering, all those stuff, and then what is the tenant over there. So and how do you okay, what is the preparation for to start using Microsoft 365. Those okay things will be okay covered. Let me okay go back here again. Okay. So let me okay. So these things will be covered. Okay, once it's completed, then we'll be talking about creating Microsoft 365 account over there, tenant account. So just now I logged in my account, like www.office.com, and then I provided my M365 admin, and then okay the account name and password is given, and then I can see my users, okay, my information over there. Okay, that's where we call it as basically tenant account. So how do we create that? How do you start using okay this particular services there? So once okay service there, you need to okay, configure it, customize it, your organization okay settings over there. So some of the settings, how do we do it? Okay, will be I'll basically show it to you. Okay, some of the settings I customized okay, my environment here. Maybe I can show you here. So if you look at okay, the help over here, so you can see the help desk number, my Zoom help desk number here. This is not the default with the Microsoft Office.com is not available. So how do you basically customize your organization settings like this? Like a Zoom contact website, contact okay, the contact us. Okay, those things, how do you customize it in our environment? If you are not done, okay, then you can see, okay, I'll be showing how do we do this. And also you can see, like you can also have a custom website. For example, here at Microsoft 365 site, you can also open Microsoft website or otherwise any other partner websites. Okay, like for example, I can connect to my, just click on here. This is, you can see open a new tab here. So I needed to type my Zoom group website. So it already link is provided to the people. They just click on, okay, they can connect to okay, their okay, websites there. So those things, okay, you can connect not only okay, Microsoft 365 applications over here, you can customize your company applications or otherwise like websites you want to customize it. Yes, you can customize to use it over here. So I did this. So those things, okay, how do we do it? That's what we'll be covering over here. So not only that, if I go to as a cloud services, okay, where okay, your data will be stored. So in order to know that okay, where your data will be stored, okay, we need to go to your admin center. Go to your admin center, and then you can look into settings. In the settings, if you go to organization settings, in the organization settings, and if you go to your organization profile, in the organization profile, you can see the data location. In my case, the data location will be your mail services, SharePoint services, Microsoft Teams services, all your data, including OneDrive, your data will be stored into okay, India data centers. So Microsoft, okay, wherever okay, you basically where are the location, respective locations. So I'll be covering okay the tomorrow okay where how do you look into your region in okay Singapore, okay, then where your data will be stored. In case of you are in UK, where your data will be stored. In case of you are in Australia or New Zealand, okay, where your data stored. In case of Abu Dhabi, okay, Europe area, then okay, how do you where you can store your data over there? That is changes. Okay, depend on where your location, your data location will be changed over there. So how do you look at this? Okay, how do you know this? Okay, where you, that's very important, because if you notice that whenever I log in, just like is a local, okay, it will be come up very fastly, and very good, okay, faster access to the recent, because my data connectivity recent to basically nearest to my locations over there. So Microsoft has 100 plus data center across the world. Okay, that will be covered little later. And so this data center help us to connect very quickly, fast, and accessing various resources over there. So once I done that, then I'll be talking about like a user setting. You as a user, you would like to know, okay, your settings. So a customization, you would like to do that. So a few examples like I can give you to as a user. Okay, for me, okay, as I like my home page will be like this. I may not be normal user, may not have this admin center. Okay, but okay, it's, look like this particular one. So if you, this is called basically app launcher, and if you click on app launcher, we have apps are available. And how do you basically, okay, this Excel you are currently using it, then okay, you can available here. If you're no longer using okay, this particular application, then you can say unpin from here. So it will be it will be removed from here. But if you click on okay, app launcher here, and you can click on all apps, and if you are looking at some of the apps you want to be available for always for you, then what you can do, you can add okay, those application over there. For example, okay, maybe OneNote, and you can see like it is already there. Like let me go to like a Power Apps, and you want to pin it to launcher, then this Power Apps will be available. Okay, when you click on here, so you can see that okay, Power Apps available here. Earlier it is not there. Okay, now it is available for you. So you can do that. So as a user, you can set okay, some of these settings if you like it. And also, if you go to your settings here, if you go to your account, my account, if you click on that, and you can also do, if you would like to reset your password, yes, you can do so from here, from the password option over here, the cloud password which you want to set it. So some of the information which is available for you, you can set that. And also I'll be talking about okay, your subscriptions. Okay, as a Office 365 subscription, what are the things okay, you can do that. Okay, your subscription will allow you to access all these applications. You see that like, I have a business premium subscription, and it has like, a couple of applications. As I said, is a huge, as Microsoft 365 has quite number of applications. You might not be aware of those things, but okay, I'll be talking about that. Okay, what are the things that we are doing? It all these services you can access okay, from here itself. Not only that, okay, you as a okay, this one look and feel. Okay, you want to set it. So you go to settings here, and you want to see that the feeling here is something different. Okay, the star indicates the new ones, and you want to have it change it to your the panels over there. You can set that as well, and you can change the password from here, and also you can put your preferences, all those things. So we'll talk about some of these things as a user. How do you set that in the module number 2 there? Okay. The third module, once again that module number 2 complete talk about all those things, then we move into module number 3. And module number 3, we talk about basically how do we, who is going to use this Microsoft 365 services. So organization users. So your users, okay, what type of users we have here? Microsoft 365 supports. Microsoft 365 supports is a cloud users, and as well as on-premises users and hybrid users which is using it, and also it supports guest users over there. So we need to understand what are the different type of users that are supported by Microsoft 365. And then we start with to cloud users. How do you create a cloud users? And also the guest users you can invite, and you can basically communicate with our sharing other information like a partner users and all those things. How do we set them? So how do we create the users here, and how do you manage them? And also you can have a concept called groups concepts. We'll be talking about like, how do you use okay, groups. And here is basically Microsoft 365 has a 4 type of groups, rather actually 5 type of groups. So here it is, okay, we understand the 4 type of groups here. And Exchange Online, okay, we'll talk about some more groups which are using it over there, one more type of group over there. And again, okay, we talk about the roles, okay, different roles of the users, and those roles, okay, why it is that role administration is required. And then okay, we also talk about okay, PowerShell. How do you manage okay, these users and groups management using PowerShell. You don't need to be always in the basically GUI mode. And one of the advantages, because some of the things you cannot do it in GUI mode, you can do only in the PowerShell. So entire thing will be in the backend will be PowerShell. So because of that, I will be covering what is PowerShell and how do you use this PowerShell in this particular category. Let me show you the users over here. Before that, let me start some of the services in my virtual machine. Let me go to my domain controller here, and we have Exchange server. We don't need to be required. So we can start these things and we talk about these things there. Okay. So I deliberately not started one of the server. So in order to understand user management, I'll just briefly talk about as admin center. I'll go to admin center. So you as administrator, this is the course we're going to cover. As a user, so you can start from here. Before that, I'll be talking about organization settings of home also. How do you basically customize your home according to your requirement? What is this you call it as, and how do we do that? Here you see Azure AD Connect, and this is the things I stopped it because of that. Okay, it is like a 46 hours ago the synchronization happened over there. And the main interest today is basically in this particular module number 3, talk about active users, the users which you can have it for the cloud. You can see that how do you know that the cloud users are or on-premises users? You can see like a sync status over here. So if you click on sync status, you can see the cloud symbol. Okay, these are users created in the cloud itself. And if you see that there is a directory, the page kind of symbol, you can see synced from on-premises. That means these users which are basically synchronized from your our local Active Directory services to Microsoft 365. This will be covered in sixth module. And how do we do this? And what are the prerequisites for this? All those stuff. So before that, we'll talk about these users over here. How do we create it? By clicking on Add button and click on User, and then we have a series of questions will be asked. And once you've done that, the user will be created over here. So click on Close. And if you look at again, basically we have other type of user like a contacts, and we have like a guest users as well. And here also we talk about deleted users. Why deleted users are available here? One of the users we deleted over here. The display name, sorry, is the guest users. And we also talked about here deleted users as well. Okay, so what is the deleted users? All those. And as I said, we are going to talk about PowerShell, how to roles also. I said the groups. Okay, then I'll talk about groups here and what are the different type of groups are available here. Active group, and you can see there's a Microsoft 365 group, security group, distribution list, and we have a mail enabled security group. So these are the 4 type of groups you can see from here, and you can see one more type of group in there in Exchange Online, that is the dynamic distribution groups. So we'll talk about groups, which is more in detail. What is this groups? Why each type of group, like the type of group is Microsoft 365. Why is it required? What is the importance of that Microsoft 365 group? So why security group? What is the importance of that? Okay, those kind of things. Okay, we'll be learning it. Then we also see the roles. Okay, I click on roles here. So we have different roles like application administrators and all those things. Like for example, you see assisted roles. Okay, the major roles will be like Exchange admin, global admin, help desk admin, SharePoint admin. What is this roles, and how do we assign these roles to the users who are there? So these roles are typically for users. Okay, the particular I have a group of 20 team of administrator, 30 members of administration teams. I am having it. All of them may not be doing the same activity. Some of them taking care of SharePoint administration services. Some of them are taking care of that Exchange admin services like that. So how do we make them the role specific administrator things? We'll be learning it. And once we go through that, then we'll be connecting to PowerShell, and the PowerShell will be after connecting the PowerShell, we'll be basically looking into the users information which we have. Okay, those users will be checking there. So let me show you that to quickly for my PowerShell. Okay, this is my PowerShell, and we need to do some preparation first. Prior to that, you need to install one of the module, and then you say connect -ms all services. Okay, I'll be covering tomorrow. So if you connect that MS all services, and then it'll ask you to prompt your username and password. Okay, we need to provide username and password there. Okay, so I say cb admin at the rate okay cbm 2020 dot on microsoft.com. So I have a couple of accounts. Okay, so I can use any of the account here, and then password, and then sign in here. So password is wrong. So sign in here. So once sign in is connected over there. So you can also check okay your users. You want to PowerShell. The command is basically get -ms all users. So execute that particular command. So whatever the users which are there in my cloud, okay, that is okay, all these users. Okay, you can see Hari, all these okay, Narayana, Anne, and CT users 1, 5, Ben, Chris. Okay, all these users. Okay, the same users here itself. So active users, and you can see Ben, Bonu, okay, Chris, okay, CT user 1, 2, 3, all these users you can see from here itself as well. So this is the users information through okay from here, and as well as you can access from here also. So these users you can connect from, and you can see all like a Bonu, okay, all those display name, okay, like a Bonu GS, Big GS, all those stuffs there. That is module number 3, and then okay we'll look into yes sir, yes sir, okay I help you on this, okay. And you will look into that configuring client connectivity of Microsoft 365. And client is basically like how I'm accessing through browser. Okay, not only from the browser, you can access from your local computer itself, and also not only that, you can access from your mobile as well. So how to access all those things? Okay, I'll show it to you demo. And let me okay quickly switch to my mobile. Otherwise, okay, some of the applications I installed, and I can access okay my mail services or otherwise the documents, all those things there. So let me show it to you. Okay, the mobile client, how do we do that? So, so I'm switching to my mobile. Just a minute. Yeah. So I need to look into sharing option. So settings. Let me change this. Change role to I'm as a presentator. Like let me go to the co-host as well. So once I done that, so click on here. Okay, now I can see surprising. Share screen is not there in the mobile. Slightly would have changed it there. Lock meetings, which make the speaker, mic, find a device, and okay, no. Okay, let me okay check it up. Okay, maybe in the I'll demonstrate for you people in the part of the course. Okay, switching to the sharing there. Maybe I need to stop sharing here. Then and maybe I can do that. Anyhow, we will be learning in the course. How do we do that? Uh, Kiran is saying, okay, there is a no intermediate tab between AD and O365. So whatever changes we are performing on this, not reflecting on Office 365. A lot of sync issues. So this will be covered in module, okay, sync issues. So we have a, okay, the module sync issues with respect to the users, okay, will be covered. Apps related sync issues will be another course, not in this particular course. And users related sync issues, yes, I'll be covering in this particular course. So we have two things, right? Okay, we have a this particular course talk about user management, most of the things. User sync related issues, yes, will be covered. Apps related, that will be part of mobility and security kind of environment. So apps may not be covered, but users related one will be covered. Okay. And coming to this particular module, okay, once okay, we learned about okay, PowerShell, then accessing okay, various information. This is a simple, I basically cover up a lot of how do you create a user using the PowerShell. Okay, those information covered. Then we will go to clients. We have a mobile client, we have a desktop client, and the desktop clients are typically, as I mentioned here, if you go to log into our one of the VMs, okay, local computer application, you can use it. Otherwise, okay, if you go to my application, like for example, like a Word or our Excel, any applications, if you launch it, so that will be again signed with, normally will be coming like this, Microsoft 365, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, not like a standard application. And if you see that, okay, I logged in as a user, like a Cloud Blue IT solution, M365 admin, and all those stuff. And if you look at okay, my Word document, I have opened okay, various okay, documents from locally without okay, internet connection. Also, I can use okay, these applications over there. So one of the customization I added in this particular one, and configuring the computer information rights management services. And let me complete this. So let me cancel this. Okay, then you can see like you can some tab like a sensitivity tab and those kind of. This is again part of the security and compliances which we basically added there. So I can use like a couple of users name which you can see that I can connect it. The application local applications over there. How do we do this? So the continue the same application we call it basically Microsoft 365 apps over there. And those things, how do you plan okay to user to install themselves? Okay, at the same time, if you want to deploy through group policies GPM to all your users, so we'll be talking about this, okay, planning and managing centralized deployment of Microsoft 365 users to your environment over there. Okay, this exercise, okay, I'm going to show to people basically the group policy management. And so using that group policies, we'll be deploying the applications without any user intervention. User need not install these applications. You will be installing for them to their devices. Okay, that's how do we do this. That's where you can do that. So I'll also give you some overview on other applications like MDT, how do we do this, and Desktop Central in case of you're using a third-party tools, how do we use it, and in case of okay that SSEM kind of application, how do we do this. And again, okay, in our this one, I deploy through my application even okay the Intune as well. Okay, that is endpoint manager. So if you look at my okay account there, and this is okay one more account. Okay, that is I think I opened I closed that browser. Okay, so if I open like a new private window and I log in as my www.office.com and sign in, and I say okay Zoom M365 admin at the rate okay, Zoom M365 and on microsoft.com, and then click on next here. So more on okay, our training session technical as well as the practical oriented. So I'll demonstrate the topic and then demonstration topic and the demonstration kind of thing for you people. So you people also can parallelly practice it in our for you. So if you go to my admin center, I'll show it to you. It is not covered basically in this particular one, but I can show like admin center. Okay, show all here. Go to my endpoint manager. That is a mobility okay, things, and you can deploy applications, Microsoft 365 application to the people. Like I click on apps for here, and the apps okay you can see like a Windows applications. Okay, the platform by Windows. So I deployed Microsoft 365 apps to the one of the my client is S, and if you click on okay that particular one, and which is the devices, okay, the two devices are installed and you can use them as well. Okay, what is the status of okay those applications again. If you go to the properties of what applications okay, we did it, and you can see the application like Excel, OneDrive desktop, and OneDrive desktop, like the OneNote, Outlook, PowerPoint, Teams, all those applications will be installed over there. So if you look at those devices install status, if you click on that, and these are the two devices which are basically installed those applications Microsoft 365 through Endpoint Manager. Again, this is also automatic deployment options. So you can do different ways to deploy applications to our environment. And one of the ways also you can do Microsoft 365. Only thing is all the plans will not support, and we need a business premium, or otherwise E3 and E5 plans will support this deployments over there. So this is how this is one of the system, like I already started. That's the system which we basically installed. That is AP01, and click on and connect it. So this is again Azure ID joint computers. See that application like Microsoft Office, and like if you look at the Word, so all these applications are launched and installed on this particular computer over there. So it is done automatically without any user method. And if you click on that application, you can launch the application. They can use it there. So how do you know that? Again, if you go to settings and go to account, and if you look at the accounts, and accounts will be here the user which I saw that people access our school account connected to cloud IT service ben at the red zoom m365.onmicrosoft.com. Okay, that's what you've seen in my screen here. Okay, ben at the red zoom m365.onmicrosoft.com. Okay, this is a user, and this is the computer name, and you can look at that computer name also over here. So if you go to go back here and go to system, and if you click on about, and you can see the computer name over there. So desktop-3 EMPJHM there, the same computer name which are used over there. So you can also give your own custom computer name, your company computer names configurations. How do we do this? The same thing also we can follow there. It is not a big deal to configure custom those kind of things. So that's about module number 5. Then move on. Okay, we'll talk about module number 6. In the module number 6, so we talk about your on-premises users which you want to synchronize to Microsoft 365. How do we do this? Okay, that's where we'll using. Okay, for that, what it is actually, what this particular service is talking about it, and what are the prerequisites for that. Okay, for that we need to set up your own custom domain. So how do we set up that? So then once I set up that, again you do synchronization program that is called Azure AD Connect, and we need to install and configure one of the server, your on-premise server. That's the reason I asked you to have at least 8 GB RAM laptop with the virtualization, Hyper-V, and or otherwise if you use any Oracle box or VMware workstation, anything, you can practice it over there. So you can install this particular program and configure it. Okay, thereby you can synchronize your users to Microsoft 365 over there. So if you look at that, home, my home, and so Azure AD Connect is which one account I'm using it? Okay, not this account. Let me close this one. Okay, I'll use another account actually right now. Okay, if you go to my home here, and I go to my admin center, and if my admin center, if you can see my also it's 12 hours ago my synchronization happened. So in order to synchronize to happen, that's the server where I configured my users and everything. Okay, this is a server DCAD01 Azure AD Connect server. So once I start these services, and I need to wait for some time, and after that, okay, you can come back, see that this is a synchronization happened over there. So this is the server where I installed and configured in this particular server, and once it started here, the still starting is going on. Okay, once done that, you can see that the users are synchronized from your on-premises to Office 365 or Microsoft 365. So before that, as I said, okay, one of the prerequisites for us we need to set up domains. So how do we set up your domain, your own domain? Like for example, in my case, I have a domain called o365train.com, and this is the one I integrated over here by using add domain. So you have some prerequisites over here. So you need to complete these things. and before that you need to own that particular domain. Okay, once you own the domain, then you can configure it. So as I said, I have another account also, and if you look at that account, I have a couple of other two domains. Okay, not only one single domain to your need to configure it, you can have a multiple domains. You can also configure your multiple domains as well. So let me go to my admin center of this one, and I have some other domains which I configured in my account over there. So thereby, you people clearly know that you can Microsoft supports up to 900 domains. Okay, you can set it up, and you can also support top level domains, second level domains, not only top level domains, it also supports second level domains as well. So I say the cloudtrain.in, another domain, and mcloudok.net, and again m365.mcloud.net. So like that, you can configure multiple the domain names which you have, your own by you. Okay, you can do that. Somebody like you cannot link it here ibm.com or microsoft.com. So you cannot do that. So you should be own your own domain. Okay, then yes, you can set this. The organization will have their own domain names like zoomgroup.com, like that. In my case, I have a cloudtrain.in, I have a mcloudok.net, and I have a o365train.com, now m365clouds.net, cloudsok.net, like that. I have a couple of domains owned by me. So I'll be showing how do you configure those things. And once you configure that, then you will be installing basically the server, and there we'll be syncing it here. Okay, it is running it here, and check this our account here, and if you go to home, and you can see refresh this one. So if it is still it is not showing any syncing over there, it's still 12 hours, then we need to go to your server there, and go to server and log into the server, see that the service are running over there. Sometimes because I'm using here Windows Server 2019, and sometimes the service are giving minor are not able to start immediately, it takes some time. So if you have any other problems like that, then first thing what you need to look into, you need to look into services. Let me show you that what are the services, very important. So I use user called admin and password, and sign in here. So any syncing issues, so see that your service are started. This is Windows Server 2019 Standard Edition. I'm using it. And Azure AD Connect, this is our program is installed and configured in this particular computer. Is coming up. And see that you can see the dashboard is very good one in Microsoft Windows servers, and in the dashboard itself a lot of information you can have it, like all the services are running properly, and what are the service any failed. Also you can configure roles and features, and as well as you can create a groups and those kind of things. And also if you click on like a local server, and you can get like a quite number of much information about your server related things, what IP address is configured, which domain is part of this one, and again you can see what is the license is activated or not, how much RAM, how much disk space, and what is the virtual machine, what is the operating system is running on this particular computer, all the quite number of information. Not only that, you can configure even what is the IP address you want to configure it, you can configure from here itself. Normally use command prompt tool, or otherwise you can go to control panel here. Different places you can set that. So normally I prefer this particular one. People use different ways. I prefer this is the one is giving me good information over there. What is about my server related information. Then I'll go to my tools, and I'll go to services, or otherwise I'll go to dashboard here. So see that is one of the services still pending. Not started. I think most of the services are started now, and this is again is o365train.com. So then it should be our synchronization would have okay, updated. Maybe it is okay. If you can refresh now the screen, so you can see like synchronization status will update 2 minutes ago. So as long as okay the services are not issued, okay, then automatically your synchronization will be done. And what is the duration of the synchronization? You can also customize it. Okay, so I'll go okay deep dive into those okay the synchronization related information on this particular module. Okay, so once okay the synchronization module completed, then we'll talk about Exchange Online Services. The mail services is one of the best thing today. People okay, earlier okay they do like productivity tools are different from okay messaging systems. Now productive tools at the same time you will get even mail services, and all the plans default will get 50 GB mailbox size, except E3 and E5 we'll get 100 GB mailbox size. So the mailbox size is more, and unlike other okay, the vendors giving the mailbox size like a 10 GB, 20 GB or something like that, but Microsoft is giving 50 GB for each user the mailbox size, and also it has a basically 100 GB of archive mailbox and unlimited mailbox over there. And good thing is again we talk about okay, what is Exchange Online, and we talk about basically here okay one of the topic called here basically Exchange Online Production, okay EOP in a short form. What it is and how do we basically make use of this one? So how okay your Exchange server, Exchange mail services will be protected by Microsoft 365 Exchange Online Services. So then, okay, once okay, I basically talk about more in detail on this particular module, and then we go to another collaboration tool from Microsoft is basically SharePoint Online Services. So how it look like with the SharePoint Online Services, and then we look into okay the SharePoint Online Service basically typically your intranet's company websites, and also like a team sites you can create them, and thereby okay you can okay, share the content according to okay your requirement. Okay, your people can okay share and they can use okay those information there. Okay, uh, let me give me a minute. Okay, so Exchange Online, we need to go to Exchange Admin Center. If you go to show all here, okay, in order to use Exchange Online Management you need to go to Exchange Admin Center. Now Microsoft changed that Admin Center behavior now. The new changes is coming up, and earlier the menu is slightly different. This is a new menu. Microsoft is giving the default to new Exchange Admin Center now, and you want to go back to your old Exchange Admin Center, you just change with a button here. Okay, switch to your admin button there. So it is asking some kind of okay feedback to us. It is okay to okay, I don't want that. Okay, so basically yeah, some of the features okay, we want to look into that. So that's the reason okay, we are switching back to the old admin center over there. So click on okay, classic admin center here. So we have a quite number of features are available. Okay, still all the things are basically managing it like this. And as I said, the EOP is part of this Exchange production here. And also you can see the users mailbox sizes related information. All these things you can get it from here itself. So what are the users like a CT user one, your on-premise users also, you don't have any mail servers running in your environment, then you can have this user automatically create even mailboxes also there. So the what conditions the user cannot see mailboxes, those are the kind of also discussed over there. So I configured this particular user even archive mailbox over there, because this other users that I'm not configured over there. Okay, I can see Ben, and we have a David, and we have a okay the users like MS users one, all those people which you can access there. Okay, so we'll talk about the SharePoint services next. The SharePoint services, okay, how it look like. So you go to as a user, you want to see the SharePoint services. So you click on here and go to okay SharePoint. Then so this is a couple of okay websites. We have a communication site, we have a HR benefits website, we have HR admin site, and we have a HR publication site like that. So you can have a different type of websites according to your requirement. So look at the communication site, how it look and feel like this. Okay, you can have your own okay sites, and you can also share documents with the people, and all the okay, shared documents can be available over here and all those things. This is a typical communication site. And if you go back and you can see other site like HR benefits site is a team site. Okay, the feel and look is slightly different from what the site which you have. Click on home here. This is my home site. The communication site and this site slightly different over there. So at the same time, if you go back again, you can look at the publication site, and if you click on this site, okay, publication site, like it's basically like a blog site kind of thing. So you can create a different type of websites, look and feel in Microsoft 365 within a minutes. Okay, you don't need to be expertise on these settings and everything. So Microsoft is given a couple of templates to us, and choose the right template, which is type of website you want to have it for your users. Whether you want to have a communication website, or otherwise you have a team site, and we have a no blog site or a document site. Okay, different type of profiles, templates which are available for us to create a site. The one of the major advantage, tomorrow I'll show it to you, document collaboration. Okay, so the document can be managed by like a co-authored. Okay, more than one person can modify the same document at the same time without any disturbance. So that's how it will be happen in the documents, like sharing and all those things. Okay, that will be covered tomorrow. Okay, how do we do this? Okay, those settings in the SharePoint services over there. So, and then, we'll be going to once SharePoint services, I talked about it like end user, but you as an administrator, how do you manage your SharePoint admin, there. So if you go to admin center, again, you can have a SharePoint administrator, sites. So if you go to, SharePoint sites here, and you as administrator, you will want to create the sites which are like HR admin, HR benefits, and those kind of things. Yes, you can do by clicking on sites here and click on active sites. We have a couple of sites, HR admin, HR benefits, and all those things. So a good thing here, users can create their own websites, the intranet SharePoint sites, for their team or communication purpose as well. So I'll be demonstrating to you people and show it to you people how to create as a user the SharePoint sites, and at the same time you can create a users as a sites as a what you call administrator as well. You can also do couple of settings for the users, and we talk about what are the different settings you can do them, and what is the kind of policies you want to apply for the users, and all those things. Okay, we have a total SharePoint services. I'll give you the high level overview of what is the services, how do you manage it, how do you basically use it there. So this is the one we'll be covering over there. Somebody asking question, virtual AD, share pointed Exchange server to be installed. Not required. Okay, so we're talking about these services are given by Microsoft, and if you have your on-premise already SharePoint services running, and as well as Exchange server is already running, you can make use of it. There is not a problem, and you can integrate your on-premises Exchange server and on-premises SharePoint services. Yes, you can do that. So basically, I installed Exchange server because I'm running other course to one of my consultant thing. So I basically given the training on MS Exchange on that one. So you can. So in a LAN lab practice, you don't need Exchange server or basically SharePoint services in this particular course. In that particular course, we don't need any there. Okay, but you learn most of the things. Okay, where it's on premises. How do we do it? The same thing. Okay, some experience will be here also. The same thing here. So not required. We are not doing it. That is a separate the course. So then we'll talk about OneDrive and Yammer services. The same thing like how just now demonstrated. You can talk about it, and we also move into the Microsoft Teams services. Okay, those services will be covered, and again security and compliances, and as well as monitoring and troubleshooting services there. So this is the overall picture of our training program. 12 weeks and other things. Some more things we'll talk about tomorrow, and then we'll continue module number 1 over there. So if people have any questions, anything, and you can feel free to contact me on this number. Okay, I am available. Okay, so this is the today's session. Okay, tomorrow we'll come back, and there those who are already registered, thank you so much, and those who are not registered, you continue registered to attend the classes from tomorrow onward. So before I stop the recording and the session, you people have open for question answer for you people. So you can ask me any questions you want. Anyone, any question? So look like no questions. So we'll be connecting same time, okay, 11 a.m. And those who are registered, thank you so much. Okay, those are not registered, yeah, no problem. You can ask. So we'll come back and do some content. Thank you so much.